We're live.
We're live!
Yes, we are alive. That is true. Hey, welcome back to the Kind of Unkind podcast.
Woo!
Let's get ready to podcast.
Let's get ready, motherfucker.
My name is Oz. Welcome back.
Woo!
It's been a hell of a week. And now I would like to introduce you to my co-host. Starting off, the wild, the weird, the wonderful wizard whose words weave wondrous worlds together. The wanderlust warlock, Ryan.
Woo, 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 woo!
I am your father.
And coming into the red corner, the sensational Snow Savage with sculpted suave sounds that shiver spines. The snowed-in samurai, Sengoku Yama!
How's it going, everyone? I'm the Holy Ghost.
Next up, the sensible, sophisticated, and always stupendous suspect, the substantial sovereignty that is Skyfox.
Hey.
And coming in last, he needs no introduction.
Yo.
But I'll give him one anyway. And finally, here for the psychological, philosophical, and physiological participation, the procrastinating phantom, Phoenix. In my mouth for that last one. I'm so sorry.
That was deep.
Devour me like you just devoured that mic.
You big boy. Anyway. Way different energy in that opening than ever, but I liked it. I like alliterations. Anyways, yeah. It's kind of Unkind podcast. We talk about whatever the fuck we want, and I said fuck, shit, fuck. Damn it, we're not gonna make any money. Wait, we're not making any money. Anyways.
Fuck!
Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the episode, and if you do, maybe share with a friend. Bust it down sexual style, whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah. Every I will step on a necromorph and scream like I'm Isaac Clarke.
For every I will slap Wyatt with a wet piece of meat.
Fuck!
And if you don't have any friends, just hold someone down and shove your phone in their face and make them watch this episode.
Yeah,
Shove me in their
if you could
face.
just stand outside of apartment buildings, 90s boombox in your hand, playing our podcast, that would be great. That would be, if you would send a video of you doing that, I will laugh at it.
Yeah.
I'll laugh at it so hard.
Anyway, so how's your guys' week going?
You know.
Go
What
pretty
the fuck
well.
was that?
Yeah, I thought I was going to say something, and then he just faded off.
It wasn't too bad, Life hasn't been too crazy, thankfully. But I just earlier today wasn't feeling too great, but now I'm feeling at least a lot better, so that's at least a good thing.
It's better than
yeah.
Sunday.
Fucking honestly. No, yeah. Thankfully I'm not at work, so that's good.
I was talking about the tornadoes, but work was probably bad.
No, that was one of the things. So, okay, so for those who don't know how a nursing home works, when it comes to storm, is that of course we get people away from the glass as quickly as possible. For some of them that means getting them out of the room. Some of them that means they have very low glass issues, so we just put them into the corner and use the bed as protection. It just depends on the person and their issues and condition. Meaning that when you have to get someone into a position, whenever they're doing this, you have to go to every room and get them ready for this. And then when it cancels, 30 minutes before you leave, you have to make sure every person is put into their place on top of your previous duties, meaning you don't get out till 30 minutes to an hour after you were supposed to leave. and you're on your feet moving that entire time. You don't get, that last minute, get to sit down and breathe and relax. No, it is go, go, go. On top of that, there's a motherfucking tornado that's dancing, that's doing the cha-cha slide all around your fucking state. So you don't know that one news is telling one thing, another news is saying, oh, well, it's getting it close, but it won't even touch us. Motherfucker didn't even, it touched ground over 20 or 30 miles away from us. Our friend Oz was more likely to violently be thrown out of his window than most other people were.
Quite possible.
I think what you really have to do is just put some glide wings on the sides of their chairs and stuff, and give them one final hurrah.
I would you're talking like that. One of them said, "You could just leave me right here. I don't want to live." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm sorry, sir, but I do need to move you. Come on, let's get this done." He's like, that'd be a way to go. And he says this shit to me. He says it straight. He's like, "Be a way to go." Takes it from a tornado, fly off.
Then he could yell.
Wonder what it's like inside.
He could yell at some child, "I'll get you and your pretty dog too."
I'll get you.
I'll get you.
See, you're saying that. My thinking instantly when I heard him say this is, I was just like, you're old enough to have watched Twister, you old motherfucker. You should know. You should know the fake way that it happens. At least have an idea.
In my head, in my mind, that's what I pictured is them in their chair, like the Dorothy contraption in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But other than that, it's been a vibbity viber.
That movie taught me everything I know about tornadoes, like Dante's Peak has taught me everything I know about volcanoes.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's hot. Literally. But other than that, yeah, just usual. Thankfully, it's gotten to the point where my weeks don't feel like they're just blending into the next, because I've made it a choice that I will not just let my weeks just fucking my days blend into each other, because then I'll just lose all sense of time, and then I will live in a perpetual state of being an adult, and I refuse to do that. Fuck that.
Join us. Join us.
No.
Give up on your hopes and dreams.
I've already given up on those. Fuck that.
We've already got our claws in you.
I know.
Oh, shit.
But you won't. There's one thing you won't take.
The sky from you?
You can't take the sky from me.
I mean, accurate.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix the Fart Cloud. Your turn.
It's not been a great week. I'm just not even gonna go into it.
Lift your little ghost head into my bosom and suckle from my teeth. Tell us, sweet little boy. Tell us your tale.
I will not.
How about give Edgar Allan a little kissy on the head? He needs one.
He gets a little fart cloud just right above him. That's all he can get.
Oh.
It's all right, buddy. After this, we'll go haunt some teenagers driving in that stupid-looking van.
Can we haunt the ones that drive a BMW?
Yes.
Oh,
God, we'll just let them fucking kill themselves. They can drive directly into a tree.
Like Zoik Scoobs. Looks like my father's BMW has been going off the road frequently.
Why? Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
There's a dumbass teenager. Sorry, do you want to say it, Phoenix?
No.
I can't take the 3 words you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Mwah.
No, this is a pretty good participation episode. I think everyone will get a good chance to talk this one. Anyways.
Okay, I guess.
Sorry, I saw Wyatt get near he was looking at something down there.
He was kissing Edgar Allan.
Give him
a head kisses. Yeah. Showing affection.
On over and suck your dick.
Sengoku, put me into the table now.
Yeah, you better get under that table.
I'm gonna goddamn carpentry the table and make it a solid block so no one can get under it.
Oz,
I'm gonna do the secret forbidden technique of extending the wood. Giggity.
Yeah, you better extend that wood.
Anyways. So yeah, there's this dumbass teenager who's just recklessly driving through cities in a BMW. And recording it.
Oh. What a fucking rejected cum stain. I don't understand how that abortion grew legs.
You know, with modern medical technology, it seems like it's getting really easy.
He's gonna lose his breathing privileges.
You know, and he's on Twitter saying that he wouldn't mind that, and actually that...
I was gonna say, are you talking through a toilet paper tube? Like, what's going on?
No, I have my hands in front of my mouth because I was under the table.
Oh, I see.
But he was on Twitter and he's like, you know what, I'm probably eventually going to die from this, and if I take someone with me, that's alright. And I'm just like, you savage.
Oh, man.
What?
Oh my god. If you want to fucking die, do it on your own time. Don't
Some
make
people
life hard
can just
for one other person. Jesus.
just hop up out of the gene pool.
Yeah.
Just real quick, take a dive. Get the fuck out of here.
They need to giggity go fuck themselves. Hippity hoppity, go get the fuck off my property. Or, this would be the perfect thing. He's not allowed to die. Hippity hoppity, he's now my property.
No, wait a minute. Hang on. I feel like there's some kind of war about this. Maybe
You know, that sounds
maybe in a video game.
Well, maybe
it's okay if he's white. We all know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your ancestors fought in it.
Yeah.
Actually, my ancestors were in Germany or members of the Choctaw tribe. So they were absolutely on the side of slavery.
Yeah.
I don't know my ancestors. I've never done a ancestry test, so I don't know where I'm from.
You should. It's interesting.
You know, I would, but it costs this little thing called money.
No, I get that.
Not necessarily.
It's not like crazy cheap or nothing, but you do learn some interesting things.
There are a lot of free resources. I can tell you about it because my family is very into that. I haven't been, but my mom volunteers at a genealogical library.
There you go. Just volunteer at a genealogical library.
You know, maybe if I offer for medical testing, they'll give it to me for free.
Just go get some blood work done and then hold the doctor at gunpoint.
You know?
Just John Q, your genealogy.
Who was my great-great-great-great-grandfather, you fucking prick?
Tell me right now! Am I German? Am I?
No, we found that you're 97% Lithuanian.
What the fuck is a Lithuanian?
You apparently, motherfucker. Do you know how?
Weirdly, 100% Lithuanian.
You do know what happens when you're 100%, right, sir?
Yes, I know. I'm a pure blood.
It means that so much inbreeding. So much inbreeding.
Incest.
Yeah, they actually studied and they found did you know that Conan O'Brien is 100% Irish?
Oh no.
They found that he could trace his line directly to the O'Briens, and they were sister fucking all through his ancestry.
Oh,
You know. This is a weird hole we've gone down.
Yeah, his sister was the weird hole he went down, but that shit's fucking sailed.
Well, I plead the fifth.
I plead the
We will
Lannisters.
leave this topic, and we will transcend to a new one.
Cousin fucking.
Tennessee.
it's legal in some states.
Down the streets, a lot farther away than across the hallway.
Hey, third cousins are legal.
Second cousins are legal.
Please, God, save me! Oh no, that's me! Fuck! I guess I gotta kill myself. I'll be right back.
Oh damn!
Hey, what two consenting people from Alabama choose to do with their lives is none of my business.
Listen, you don't have to be from
Look, it could be
Alabama to fuck
Tennessee.
your sister. There's people for. Oh, damn it! See, there you go.
Be Tennessee. I heard, you know, I don't think they fuck their sister in Florida, but I know they fuck horses. So
Yeah.
Occasionally. I've
Just
heard
the
that.
I mean, there is an old saying
No
there.
bucket
No
Ain't
bucket
cock
required.
like horse cock.
oh god,
Cinder
He's gonna-
asshole
damn
and a
it.
shock.
Any slight reference to a song, fucking Wyatt's wedding, ready to break out into
All I'm
musical.
saying is that if she's just the right height, no bucket required, there ain't no way to get any higher.
I regret this conversation. I'm deleting the channel. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We've gone too far.
Yeah. Cue roundabout.
I will say that in the course of a month, we're up 6 subscriberinos. Look at us.
Something like
Nice,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
We just need 660 more.
Hell yeah. And never anymore. We deny anyone else.
Yeah.
We just need
No, we'll let
we
it get to
just need
6969 and then we'll call it.
6 minutes.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
We'll delete the channel at 420,000.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Four-
go.
420 million. I feel like I want to ride that wave a little longer.
Oh,
We're never
that's-
going to get there, so it'll work
Yeah,
out.
that's it. That's what we'll call it then when we're one
Yeah,
of the biggest YouTube channels.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like we're going to be,
Yeah.
obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we bring in Markiplier and PewDiePie and the
Yep,
cast of
yep,
Game
yep.
Grumps, you know, they're all
We'll
on
bring
the
in
stream with
PewDiePie and his kid.
Mhm.
Markiplier working on his 517th Try Not to Laugh challenge.
Mhm.
Hey, those are gold.
And Mr. Beast will
Yeah.
be finding
He's-
it.
hard.
He's not very good at them.
To be fair, I don't think any of us would be good at that.
I am.
She's soulless.
Well, I mean, I'm dead inside.
That's cheating.
So... Maybe.
You just haven't found the right one. There's a Try Not to Laugh out there for you that'll make you giggle.
It's a compilation of Wyatt.
I was gonna say it's just like an hour of belly slaps, and then it's just
Yeah.
Oh no, my kryptonite.
so-
See, mine doesn't sound like that when I do it because
Brings me
I've got
joy.
like hair on my belly,
It's
so
muffled.
it's like muffled.
The thing is, I
Wyatt's
do have
hairless
hair-
belly makes like
Well-
seal sounds. Mine goes.
So that's the funny thing. Because I'm native, I can't grow much hair. I have hair on my belly, but there's like a very like thin strip of hair. So there's a lot of empty skin to do the belly pats.
I've got too
Hell
much hair.
yeah.
You know what? I've got hair all over my body and not on the one spot in my body that would want it.
your balls.
It's some bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Your
My
hairless
balls? Yep, I've got hairless balls. Only one of them though.
The benefit. Oh yeah. The benefit of it is that I can, when I go into water, I'm a slightly more aerodynamic. The negative is I will never grow a fantastic mustache ever.
It's all right. Next time I shave, I'll give you mine.
Thank you. Shave your pubic hairs. I will use them as a.
How often,
Oh
does,
god, that's my least favorite Jackass joke.
how often does being more aerodynamic come in handy for you?
You know,
Hey,
when
man.
I load a gun, I do it slightly faster when I press it up to my. Okay.
Hmm.
But no,
Mm.
swimming is fun. I enjoy swimming. It is a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't swim because I end up 20 pounds heavier.
When you
All the
jump
hair
in
gets weighted down.
And then he has a wet dog smell for a week.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
But at least that's your version of weight training, bro. There you go. You're not throwing fucking coyotes at the wall.
Yeah, his like Goku like training is just going into water.
Yeah, every morning when I take my shower and work out, that's what happens. It's just, oh, I feel so much stronger. Probably because my hair weighs 30 pounds.
I mean, working out in the shower is the most efficient. Then you can just stand there for a minute and then you're good to go.
I gotta get me a no slip pad because I keep slipping and dropping my weights on my dick.
Keep slipping and finesse. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, I love me some Bruno Mars. Anyways, anything else we want to talk about before we get into the topic today?
TikTok's getting banned everywhere.
Oh,
Is it?
What?
Yeah, I
Why?
think they banned it in Canada just recently, didn't they?
Yeah, the government, all major like outlets are banning it because it's just gathering information for Chinese
Oh.
sources.
oh, jeez.
I mean-
Yeah.
Isn't it enough they're sending their balloons after us?
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, they're UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
I do have
There's
an
water
issue.
balloons too.
Oh yeah, this wobble bobbles.
You have an issue?
I do have an issue. I don't know if I'll keep it extremely brief. But in the state of Oklahoma, they just passed it that minors and they were able to slip it in that adults who endeavor to get well, again, bear in mind my opinion. So when it comes to transitioning and transgendered individuals, I'm of the mind that receiving that stuff should be up to the person. If the ruling is that you have to be at least an adult to be able to get the stuff, I can understand where that's coming from and I can support it. I believe in full body autonomy, but if legally these motherfuckers want to do some shit where you have to be 18 to get some of that shit, ugh, but whatever, at least after 18 they should be able to have autonomy over themselves. But no, if you are an adult in the state of Oklahoma looking to get transgendered aid in any way through insurance is no longer covered anymore. You do not get to use insurance. So now I have 3 different transgendered friends that we know that are moving. One of our friends is another one that is a close friend of the channel. Might be moving to Vermont very soon.
Oh man.
And I just I didn't want to hide from this because it is a gross overstep, and our brothers and sisters out there are being oppressed. Not only are women's rights over their autonomy over having a child has been taken in the state of Oklahoma, but now the right to be a person to identify as who you are is being taken. We as people need to stand up against this. This is a fight now, and they're showing that they can win. People need to stand up and fight against this. That's all I'm going to say. With that, if you believe in autonomy, if you believe that you deserve to be who you are, regardless of who you are, then you should support those that want the same thing. As long as you're not harming one other person or 100 other people, if you're not causing another person active pain and suffering, then you should be allowed to live the life that gives you comfort. And that's all I got to say.
They should just change the names to all of these to firearms, and then they'd never take them away.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, a point.
Yeah. Just call your birth control like a firearm, and then you're guaranteed. Call your hormone meds, like an AK-47, and then it's your right. God damn it!
Can I call realignment surgery getting a sawed-off shotgun?
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like you talked about that, but you didn't talk about the even grosser one happening in Tennessee right now.
I was talking about what was affecting us, but you're right. If you want to, we can step to Tennessee if you would like to.
Don't.
I didn't want to start a fight, but yes, please.
If you do care about this stuff, which you should look up what's going on in Tennessee and try to help them out as much as possible, because that's literally like disgusting.
What's happening in Tennessee? Brief for a Canadian. We don't need to get into it, but just so I know what's happening. Because I try and avoid all news.
They're trying to pass a bill that would make people untransition.
Yeah.
And they've made it illegal to be dragged.
It is possible. It is possible.
So this
they've made it illegal to
this is literally
be in drag.
It's gay therapy for transgender
I think it's
gonna be
also in Florida now too. They're trying to get that bill passed.
Yeah,
Unreal.
and in the last 2 weeks, in both states, over 50 people have committed suicide in relation to it
no.
because they cannot.
For the record, people, don't kill yourselves. Just move the fuck out of Tennessee. Like,
Unfortunately,
please,
Some people in the
Yeah.
small towns, but sadly, some of these people in these small towns have no way out of it, and a lot of them are kids, unfortunately.
yeah, just move anywhere else. Your life will be
You're right.
better. I promise you.
What were you saying, Phoenix?
Yes.
I was gonna say it's kind of hard for some people to do that.
Yeah.
America has made it damn sure that if
Capitalism.
you want to move anywhere, you need the money.
I
A
get-
lot of us don't have that.
I get that, but if the alternative is killing yourself, fucking hitchhike. Like, do whatever you need to do. You know, like, even being homeless for a time is better than killing yourself, ultimately.
Well, I'm not saying it's good to kill yourself, but I'm saying sometimes moving is not available.
For sure. No, and moving comfortably and being, having stability and all that, but I'm just saying if it comes down to it and the only options are taking your life or just throwing all caution to the wind, like rolling that dice, just roll the dice, because the other option is the end. You know,
The
so
end of it.
just take that dice roll. It might, you know, you might hit a natural 20, you might get a 1, who knows, but just go for it, because there's nothing to lose if the other option is ending your life, right? Just get the
Alright.
fuck out of Tennessee, please.
Well, isn't
Everyone.
you know? As important as these issues are, I believe people did not come here to hear the sadness in the world. They came to here to be cheered up by us.
Oh, they didn't? I thought that was the...
This is not the kind of make you really depressed podcast. That one's in development right now. We're working on that one.
We'll be spearheading that one here.
Yeah, that's the one that Phoenix does. He comes up and he just tells you why you should be sad. Just today you should be sad because some dip ass drove a BMW into a hospital because he's a jackass.
In the last minute, 12 dogs just died.
It'll be called Kind of Unreal.
The kind of reality.
It's like you're really depressing fortune teller.
Phoenix Stradamus has spoken.
Anyway, on to today's topic, because fuck. This is the genre-defining episode, and we've talked about our favorite games in the past, and we've talked about our favorite TV series, and we talked about a lot of our favorites. But in this one, I wanted to try and pinpoint the genre-defining titles from each genre. And some of them are really obvious. Like for looter shooters, it's Borderlands. No one even questions it. Because that's what made it popular. That's what you compare all other looter shooters to. It's like, alright, is it better than Borderlands? Cool. But that's the genre-defining title. Right? Does everyone understand?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Yes.
I get it.
it's like shit stain. When you think shit stain, you think League of Legends. You know, it's synonymous with the game. It's just you can't separate them.
Shots fired.
I also think of Blood Bowl 3.
That fucking thing is a fucking cancer. Oh my god.
You know, I think of a little game called Hunt, but
You know, that's not far off.
It should be renamed a Hunt Go Down on.
anyways, to get us warmed up to this, defining the video game genres, I wanted to try and define our genres as people.
Mm.
So, and I've got a couple arbitrary ones from specific video games, what role do you fall into in a team game like World of Warcraft or a MOBA? Would you be a healer or a tank? I've got the types of friends in a friend group. I've got yeah. But I figure I'd start out with a pretty easy one because most of us will know the answer immediately. Do you guys feel like you're an introvert or an extrovert? Because I can answer for at least two of us.
Yeah.
Unless the spooky ghost is hiding some extroverted tendencies. In actuality, Phoenix, he's a pop singer, and he goes out and he's living the best of both worlds.
Yeah, he's actually he has a double life. His other life is that the entire time that he's been talking with us, he's actually been Cher.
His
I'm
other life
actually
is he's actually just
I'm actually
Miley
a magical
Cyrus.
girl in Japan.
Oh shit!
You know,
Lord,
I-
Lord, Lord.
Lord, yeah,
Lord.
You got exactly what I was trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yep.
I am Lord. I am Lord.
Lord, Lord, Lord.
Amazing. So, I'm pretty sure Wyatt might be extroverted, but how about you other guys? I don't know.
Blow me off like that. I see.
Fucking say something.
Well, what are you, babe? Are you an extrovert?
You know, I'm just a timid little introvert. I can't even know. I am so fucking extroverted. You're correct.
Yeah. I am what's known as an outgoing introvert, where I like people, especially in small groups or especially one-on-one. But I do get overwhelmed really easily, and I definitely need my chill time. Like, I needed to take a break today, this afternoon, just because, there being 4 people in a chat room was just a little bit too much for me. So
I know a couple people like that. Sengoku.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's tricky for me because almost my entire life I've worked with like a lot of customers, like whether it be like the service industry, so like, working as a bartender and stuff, I'm always around people.
The forced extrovert.
Well, here's the thing is, like, I get exhausted by people and I become very introverted. Like, I don't, with all my free time, I don't like being around a lot of like people. But when COVID happened, I realized very quickly that I do miss being around a lot of people because I wasn't working. So there's some sort of healthy balance there that I'm somewhere in
We
between.
will call you an ambivert.
An ambivert, yeah.
Like ambidextrous, but
Yeah.
with going outside and talking to people.
Here's the thing is, I just don't like dealing with the general public, but I love like interacting and meeting people that have common interests. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy meeting people. That it's like when I met all of you, I was really enthusiastic and happy to meet you. But if I have to do small talk with someone I have nothing in common with, then that's pretty painful.
It's more introverted almost.
What do you mean?
Ambivert, introvert leaning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spectrum.
Like, I can talk about anything with anybody. I'm pretty good at that because of, my many years bartending. I can have like a great conversation with someone at a bar, but like there's also just so many douchebags. It's just so overwhelming. Sometimes all the BMW drivers of the world, it's just, there's a lot of them.
All right, secret pop star. How about you?
He's talking to you, Phoenix, for the record.
Introvert.
That's how secret it's secret to himself.
It's a secret.
He's got a
He is
split
Lord
personality, and the other one's Hannah Montana.
Yeah. Tyler Durden over here.
It's a big old secret.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just don't like people. I'm forced to do it. I'm forced to talk to people because of work, but I don't like people.
All
He
right.
doesn't even like us.
Yeah.
We have our moments.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like, I like you guys. Sometimes.
I like you guys like 5% more than the general public.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, can I get like a 4 or maybe like a 10? Give me like a 7. 7%.
6.5.
There you go.
What about you, Oz? Where do you sit?
I've worked in customer service just all my life. Way too long. I'm The reason
a
I
manic
immediately knew
revert.
ambivert was a thing is because that's where I'm at.
Mhm.
When I'm with friends, I can be funny and outgoing. When I'm on my own, I can have an anxiety attack trying to walk into a Walmart.
He's a
Oh.
managevert.
I'm a strangers get the fuck away from me. And
What if their
friends,
name is Deborah?
you're gonna have a blast.
What if their name is Deborah?
They can fall down a giant flight of stairs twice.
My mother's name is Deborah.
Did I fucking
my
stutter?
my
No.
grandmother's name is Deborah.
Deborah, Debbie. Do
Gamora.
they call her Debbie?
No,
Yeah.
they call her Deb
Not
because she's
call
a
her
fucking
Little Debbie.
teenage bitch.
No, they call her Debbie.
I'm gonna call her Little Debbie.
Little Debbie.
You know,
Yeah,
she's
buddy.
used to it.
I do love
And
Little Debbie's cake.
is,
Oh no.
she is like 5'4".
I
You just told little Debbie to fall down a flight of stairs. How do you feel?
know. No, I told Deb to fall down a flight of stairs. Little Debbie, I love Little Debbie. I'm gonna
Little
have to
Debbie
stop
can
there.
fall right into my mouth. Wait a second.
Wait
I
a
was
minute.
gonna say I like Little Debbie's cakes, but
Little Debbie can can shove her chocolate goodies right into my
Nope.
mouth.
Oh, this guy just moved to
Instantly ruined
Alabama
everyone else.
during this conversation.
What did I say? What?
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Aw,
I love that part.
right, a candy
Game of
bars.
All right. And next up is one from that I think Phoenix will probably know, but the rest of you may or may not know. And it came from a video game called Tarkov.
It's good fun.
Are you guys rats or chads?
Oh,
I know without a doubt Phoenix is in fact a rat.
I'm a rad.
He's an irradiated cat.
And if you need to know what context it is, you can make up your own context, or I can tell you what it is in reference to the game I'm talking about.
fill us in.
I am in fact what they call shot in the first few moments of the game.
Oh,
So you're a rat.
I am a red shirt.
Rat? No. So the difference is rats play like really sneaky. They go around, they get specific loot, they play the market, and they're just kind of like the safe players. They don't go for like the big fights or the like. They don't go to kill people. They go to get loot, get out, make money.
That's
And then Chads, as you can guess, gear up with the most expensive gear, and they get this gun that they put together themselves, and they just go in and just try and kill as many people as possible to get better loot.
Chad, without a question, fuck my gear. If my life is meaningless, if I get better, awesome. If I die, cool. I don't hide behind bitch ass people, and that's why I die so quickly in the game.
I would
Goku?
100% be a rat.
Unquestionably a rat.
Yeah, I feel like most of us would be rats.
This
Just
is
the
why we're
sneaky
all a gang.
ambush style play.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We're a rat pack.
I'm the. You guys all do your rat thing, and I distract them in the other room while you scavenge their corpses, and then I get shot full of holes.
That's
Yup.
exactly how I expect it to go.
Yep.
All right, and
I
how
am
about
shadow, I am night.
how about one of the ones I talked on earlier? Do you guys want to do like the different type of friend in a group, or do you want to do like an MMO party?
Mm.
Quiero los dos.
Which one first?
That's what I'm fucking asking you guys.
Just ask one.
No, I was responding to Wyatt.
Don't leave it. up to
Phoenix,
us.
choose.
Yeah, right. That's that's an opinion.
Out of your friends, which are you? Truck freak, crazy ass,
I'm a crazy ass.
fighter.
All right, let's do the party.
Yay!
So he went with the opposite one.
Oh, were you going for the types of friends?
Out of your
Oh.
friends,
Oh.
which are you?
Got you. Well, because they were both out of your friends, which one do you think you would fall into? Okay, fair enough. What type of friend do you guys think you are in like a friend group style? Because there's like the drama queen, the funny guy, the responsible one, the mom of the group, the clumsy one.
No,
Depends
I don't know.
what group I'm in.
Yeah, what are we like in an 80s horror movie?
In this group, yes, we are now characters in a Friday the 13th movie. What is your personality?
We're friend profiling.
Oh, my personality is fuckable.
Okay, Wyatt is the person who dies first because he was having sex.
Yeah,
Hell yeah! That's
Why-
exactly what I
Why
wanted.
it's the slutty
Yep.
girl in the 80s movies.
No,
Hell
Wyatt's the
yeah.
guy from Freddy vs. Jason who walks out on his girlfriend and then gets folded up into the bed.
Hell yeah!
That's not a compliment. That's a really
No.
bad one.
That's amazing. I love that scene.
Wouldn't be
It's
the
almost as
first
good as
time-
the two women that got slammed against the
I
trees.
was gonna say, wouldn't be the first time Wyatt got folded up.
Hell yeah, brother.
I vividly remember that scene because it's a really cool kill, and also just he's, I don't like cuddling. Gah!
Now that's wrong. You should always.
Mhm.
How dare you not like cuddling?
Always cuddle.
Yeah, no wonder you got bent, bitch.
All right, so
when you
Wyatt
cuddle, you
is-
might show emotions, so you have to run.
Wyatt is, I wouldn't even say the romantic one. Wyatt's the slut.
Hmm.
Phoenix,
Hmm?
where do you think you fall?
Definitely, the fucking side character that dies instantly. But friend group wise, the one that doesn't speak to anyone until I get messaged and I'm like, yeah, let's play a game.
The shy one.
Yes.
All right. Sky is the mom friend. Sengoku.
I don't know. Like, I'm always like, I feel like I'm kind of like put in a position that I don't necessarily like. I'm always the one to like look after everybody. Like, I'm like, when we're out, it's like kind of like, you're the defender of all of us, and just because I guess my size, they're always like, you gotta have our backs. And because, I kind of notice what's going on in the world where they're just living their oblivious, pixie dream girl energy stuff, like.
Sengoku's the designated driver.
I mean, yeah, I was throughout
Somebody
high
has
school.
to be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. See?
But then I'm also the one expected to like beat up a bully, so I don't know.
Yeah, the designated driver.
the designated puncher.
Hey, you
Designated
sober one,
driver.
sock this motherfucker.
Drive your fist through their skull. In Sky, I said mom, but that's just because
Well,
I've
I
only seen you
mean-
interact with Wyatt.
Oh, I am
Mommy?
not Wyatt's mom.
You are in
Um,
Alabama.
Yeah.
Sweet
Oh,
home.
damn.
Get the fuck out.
Oh damn. And I am probably the one everyone assumes is like sweet and upstanding, but secretly like says the most off-color things. Although in this group, kind of fit in more than
I feel
Then
you're the most
it's
tame one in this group.
most of my other groups. Though I'm the one who like people look at me funny and laugh extra hard when I say wholly inappropriate things because that's just my sense of humor. But everybody is like, "Oh, she's such a good girl." No.
No, we know you're a monster. We're just
Yep.
we're just
Thank you.
monsters as well. It's
Yes,
Why do all the monsters come out at night?
and then there's Wyatt.
because that's when it's fun.
Unrelated question: are you a nighttime or a daytime person?
Night.
There's a hole in the wall. It's a dirty
Yep.
creeper. Night.
I mean, I do totally have mom energy. Like depending where I am, Like that is
Mommy.
100%. Like we were all playing 7 days this last week, and like every 5 to 10 minutes, I'm reminding Oz. I'm like, you should probably put down a bed roll.
I'm the irresponsible. This is where we find out that I'm the one who
Yeah.
doesn't listen. I'm the dumbass who keeps going to do something like, I'm gonna go do this. I'm the ADHD friend.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you just like shiny things. I mean, everybody likes shiny things.
Yeah,
Alright,
that
so
little,
day or
that little shithead who always forgets his backpack.
Christian,
what's up?
are you the loot goblin in 7 days?
Mhm.
Am I? No, I don't loot a bunch. I mostly dump my loot. I'm just the person who gets so distracted by doing something that I'm like, oh, I can go do this mission.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you need a motor. I'll go do that. I don't
Oh,
got
yeah.
anything else to do.
it
you need a
seems
spring?
more a
I'll go find one.
completionist thing. Yeah.
He's just a regular
I'm-
goblin.
I'm
Yeah.
the friend who helps everyone but himself.
The ADHD goblin.
Yeah, he's
In fact-
the one that spawned 20, like 2 kilometers away from us, and then had to investigate every building on the way to us because there might be something inside, or because
What
he
if
just
there was like a
it was
motorcycle?
intriguing.
There could have been a motorcycle or a gun. Look, I'm just trying to help everyone out. I'm the friend who will, to his own detriment, help out everyone. Because I remember, like, the past, 10 or 20 times we've played Wildermyth, I will get to, the 3rd chapter, and they're like, alright, who needs this tier 1 weapon? We all have tier 3. I need a tier 1 weapon. I'll be sitting there in base gear, like, alright. I'm wearing 2 sticks and a cloth. I'll take it a piece of armor. Well, this is a shirt with a hole in it. Better than what I got.
Better than what I've currently got.
That's a shirt
You're
with one
like,
less hole
well,
in it.
I mean, if you're just gonna throw it away.
Yeah, I'm good at video games because I've had to play video games at the worst for so long. Wow, you can dodge this boss's every move. That's pretty impressive. Well, when you don't have any armor, you kind of got to learn how. There was a boss in Warframe. It was I don't remember its name. It's how you used to get Atlas. And
Curtis Precept.
I remember everyone went off and farmed Arcwing? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Everyone went off and farmed the Arcwing pieces. And I didn't want to go farm by myself, so I was like, well, I kind of want Atlas, so I'll go do that. And I fought the Judas Precept with the base fucking Arcwing, and it was a nightmare. It lasted 4 hours.
Oh man.
And I won. Anyway. Day or nighttime, Phoenix?
Nighttime.
Nighttime.
Night time.
Daytime. Nighttime. Daytime. Nighttime. I like how 10 people are watching us now. That was what they came in on.
Yeah.
Nighttime. Nighttime. Interesting. Very interesting. Yes, this was your introduction to our channel.
Mhm.
Just some baby talk from a dumbass.
Booja, booja, boo, boo, boo.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Nighttime.
Who's a good boy?
Oh, who is it?
I like it when you're a good little boy.
All right. Moving on. Wait, no, hang on. No, not moving on. Daytime, nighttime. Daytime, nighttime.
Are you yelling
Fucking
at-
answer the question.
Sengoku.
Are you yelling
Daytime,
at me?
nighttime.
Or are you just yelling daytime, nighttime?
Anyone.
Nighttime.
Chat.
We're all
Chat.
nighttime.
Daytime, nighttime.
Nighttime. Edgar. Daytime
Yeah, we
or
all
nighttime. Edgar.
We all routinely stay up till 3:00 in the morning together. I think we all know nighttime.
Yeah, I have insomnia. I am both day and nighttime man.
I
Mm-hmm,
why
You have a
I
love-hate
have
relationship with nighttime.
legendary insomnia. Why? I'm right there with you. There's
know
been
what you
times
mean.
where I haven't slept for like an entire week.
How long do you think your quote-unquote fixed sleep schedule is going to last this time?
It's already gone.
That's
It's-
fair.
Already gone. I was literally like, no, it's gone.
And it's gone.
Daytime, nighttime, Santos. Daytime, nighttime.
Just keep yelling that at people.
Just walking down the street. Daytime, nighttime.
It created a new TikTok trend. Never mind.
I mean, oh yeah, you know, that would be a pretty good trend though. I think it wouldn't be like, do you like that or more?
It
would
better
be
than
like-
NyQuil chicken.
And we're leaving this conversation.
My favorite TikTok trend is them stealing your data.
You know,
Yep, it's true.
fair enough.
What?
I mean, we all need a hobby.
Okay. I think we've defined ourselves enough. Unless anyone else has a question they want to ask.
I was going to ask
comparison.
if we were going to do the MMO tabletop RPG question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can still do that one. What role do you think you fall into when you're in like a party?
Do we want ourselves to decide this one, or do we want to hear what our group thinks of us?
Well, we haven't all played
Oh.
together in one of those. I mean, you and I could do it, and probably Phoenix, but I've never played like a tabletop or a MMO
Well,
with.
what about their personalities?
Based on their personality? I could probably do that.
Yeah.
All right, starting from left to right, Sengoku. Define our genres.
What?
Define the genre.
I don't even know.
I
Daytime
figured we
or-
were all gonna gang up on Sengoku. I mean,
Sengoku.
like, define Sengoku.
Yeah, I thought we were going to,
Oh.
as a group, define one person at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sengoku, name every dungeon and dragon.
Okay, let's
Name
start with the
every-
You're
dragons.
a
We
real
have bronze, we have silver, we have gold, we have
That's not their names.
names.
Their names are
have
Larry,
names. Start with
Mo,
Jimmy.
Curly.
Okay, dungeons. We have
The Tomb of Annihilation. I got that one. I know that one. We'll start with Sengoku, and then we'll start on the right, moving towards me.
what? You're going. You're basically setting up so you're going. You're going last.
Yeah, I need time to think.
Jesus
I was like, I see your game here. It's not
Right.
slick.
I have the power here.
Okay.
Right. Well,
I have
it would be
decided
like,
the order.
The power's
It's
gone
like
to his head.
if-
No. I more so meant we'll describe the person, like the person who's
Yeah.
getting described will be from left to right, and then
Okay.
we'll go in order of description from right to left.
Is there a class called Absolute Tool?
Yeah, you teach it, bitch ass.
You don't teach a tool.
Yeah, you are the tool.
Build
yeah.
one.
Wait. Who? Beyonce.
So you would be an artificer if you're building things? I don't know. Well, I thought we were talking about classes, right?
Yeah, we're defining what Sengoku's class would be.
Yeah.
What his personality would describe. And let's do it instead of like a tabletop RPG, because I'm pretty sure we've all played a bunch of different like play styles in tabletop RPGs.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it like we've all joined a guild and we're forming a party in an MMO. So there's like the DPS, the tank, the healer, the support, the range.
Goku likes to take hits for everyone else. He is obviously the tank.
I mean, fair.
Oh,
By his
He,
own
al-
admission.
he also and
And he
has a very
takes all of
slow
our
and
shit.
steady personality. Like,
He does have a very mellow,
Did
like,
you just call me
Yeah.
slow?
yes.
no, like
and
Not
Sengoku's
even
also pretty
funny.
dumb, so he would make a good
Just-
wall.
He dishes out and takes a lot of humor very effectively.
he
He
does.
dishes out damage and can take a good amount of damage. I feel that he is solidly our tank. That's my opinion.
I feel like that would fall more under a Vanguard almost.
Okay, there you go. A Paladino.
Sentinel.
I mean, that's still a tank.
Fat Finger.
We're going off of like the basest of base classes.
Yeah.
So like tank, DPS, support, mage.
Phoenix just wants me to lay on hands him.
He wants those
Dang.
hands all over him.
That's
Oh,
you know, that's true, Phoenix. You're looking for those cold,
Look,
snowed-in
he's
samurai hands.
Sengoku's been here for God knows how long.
Yeah.
What he can do with those hands,
You know,
not even he knows.
he's got like muscle memory with his hands. I've got muscle memory on my knuckles. The first time I punch someone, I'm gonna turn into fucking Bruce Lee.
nice.
Anyways, yeah, I feel like Sengoku would be a pretty good tank. I think there is a better role for him though. I think Sengoku likes to learn the most about the game and like know how things go. I think Sengoku would be a good like either mage in the background to tell us what the fuck's going on because he pays attention, or like a support mage to keep everyone alive. Sengoku's the designated driver of the party.
Sengoku's the mage who uses the shield.
You guys are describing something. You just haven't put your finger on it.
A dad?
Paladin.
Well, what's halfway between a
Cleric?
Yes.
He's the cleric. That makes
I'm
sense.
not saying I don't think I'm the cleric, but what you're describing is a cleric.
A tanky healer?
A Tealer.
I just think he's like a better like backline, looking at the bigger picture, healing people who are getting low and seeing what's going on around. Because he seems the most observant of all of us.
I could see mage, but I think it's wrong. But I'll accept it.
I'll accept it, even if your answer is wrong.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a vote for tank and a vote for backline. I'm gonna say support. Backline support.
Support is a bunch of classes though.
Support mage. Like a healer.
That's a cleric. That's not a mage.
Cleric.
He's wanting to do it like not less like TTRPG and more like a video game.
Because if we do tabletop RPGs, there are so many options.
Not really. I mean, not the class. Obviously, if you go into all the wild, wacky versions of it.
Yeah, when it comes to
Subclasses.
TTRPGs, it breaks down super simple. There's fighter, wizard, cleric, and then
Rogue, obviously.
rogue.
Fighter, barbarian, cleric, druid,
We're talking
wizard,
about classic,
sorcerer.
the 4 basic ones.
No, but even
Oh.
if you go to the extended ones that he's talking about, that's still only like 7.
It's like 9 classes in
It's
D&D
like
now, isn't there?
12 if you smoke crack.
It's like 3 different mage classes, like fucking warlock, wizard, and
Yeah, but
Something
warlocks and
else.
sorcerers aren't real. I don't believe in them.
Thank God.
There's 13 classes,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
including artificer. But I'm talking about like a base party, and you can relate it to tabletop RPGs if you want, but I'm relating it to like a raiding party in an MMO. You know, the perfect balance that you need.
Like maybe he's a healing shield.
Sure. Whatever you guys want, man. Sengoku's just sitting there like,
why am I friends with these guys?
what am I doing here?
Because we're pretty.
What I'm hearing is I'm an
Years in
enigma.
World of Warcraft wasted.
No, I fucking hate World of Warcraft. It's just that's the only thing that popped into my head when I thought about party. Because I can't say Terra because Terra's fucking gone.
Not class-wise, Sengoku's probably the raid lead.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
for
mean, he
support.
does make a fantastic captain.
He
You
is El
know?
Capitan, but he would probably also be something along the lines of the tank. Or he'd probably be a DPS who has to explain everyone else's rules to them.
You know,
the fucking nerd.
you know what? That's always pissed me off in like when you see like an anime or like a TV show talk about like the leader of the party and it's always the tank. That's stupid. I hate that. Because the tank has to be in the front taking the damage. He can't see everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would that be your leader?
Probably because
Just
traditionally the people with the most martial prowess, have the most experience in doing battle.
God, not in video games.
No, I'm
Not
just,
in real life either. Kings don't do that.
no, but
Kings
they're-
have better warriors under them.
Mhm.
I'm
But
just,
think about
it just
Unless you're Mongolian.
But think about it like, a party of people. They all come from different backgrounds, but more often than not, the fighter is the soldier, so they've been through war. Whereas the mage might just be some like book nerd. Like cleric might be someone who's spent their whole life in a church. So like the decisions fall to the person who's actually been through what the party's like gonna experience.
Maybe.
Right?
maybe. I always like how they did it in
Traditionally.
Log Horizon, where it's the support mage who can keep buffs and debuffs on people, who's in the background, like leading people. He's not even looking at the fight. He has all their stats pulled up, and he's buffing people as their stats change. Someone who's playing a text-to-speech game instead of the MMO that you're playing.
The Logi role of
The Logi role of MMOs, yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like that's the leader. Anyways, whose turn is it? What are we talking about?
We're gonna move to
Talking
someone
about the
else, 'cause
MMORPG, this
you
is
guys- you guys can't figure out the enigma that is Sengoku.
Me and Sky agree that you're the leader. At the very least, you're the
Okay.
person making the calls.
Okay.
We
I
just
see that
disagree
I
on
wasn't
the
one
position.
who
Did you
brought
also
that
say that?
I was the one who brought it up. I feel.
It's true.
Mhm.
I feel like we all said that at some point, and it was just an enigma of us being confused.
My
I think
cla-
it's just that we're all dumbasses.
my
You know,
class.
it
Accurate.
took me 7 days to put down a bedroll and 7 days to die.
Oh yeah, I fully support him being the crew leader. I was just going based off of like the logic, based off of the things he has stated about himself.
My
Mhm.
class is manager.
No,
And, you know, you're not wrong. Yeah. So, Sengoku, you're the leader. You get to pick your own class, whether you want to lead from tank position up front or support mage in the back. Or some alteration in there. The DPS who looks over from looking at all of his buttons.
Yes, my class is manager. I have the powers of corporate.
The power of telling someone else to do my job.
Yeah.
Yep, he can face down any Karen with
Power of
with barely a blink of the eye.
Sengoku has the power of deflecting blame because he's a bitch.
Sengoku has the power of not letting you swap your hours.
My God. Moving on.
But I
So
also
who's
have the
next?
power to allow you to do all those things.
True.
But will delegate to choose not to.
Potentially.
Goku has the power to scoff like a teenage fucking girl every time you ask her anything.
You guys
Sorry.
are talking about your managers.
Man,
finally.
shut up.
Okay, who's next?
I believe by his logic, Sky is next.
Oh.
Sky's an easy one for me. Sky is the ranger, if we're including rangers.
Yeah, I feel like Ranger falls under DPS.
Yeah, DPS, damage per second. Yeah.
But I'm also thinking of like the D&D where
That
it's got
range,
a
yeah.
little bit of spell. It's got the range. It's got like an animal buddy. It's got a little bit of touches of a lot of things.
Oh yeah, a little bit of everything. They are the fighter who can heal you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not quite as not a frontline fighter, but a fighter nonetheless.
Mhm.
Yeah, that fits in with my understanding of Sky.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What I'm trying to say is she'll shoot you in the back, and her animal will eat your face.
There you go.
She
That
will
or
not
her
be
hawk
present
will-
in the fight. She
Yeah.
will be 30 miles away with a gun.
Her hawk will fly through the
He will
air
be
and rip out your eye
sniping
socket.
from a rooftop
Mhm.
with
That is
with a massive scope. hmm
That's hot.
Is there anyone who has an altering opinion? A difference?
I don't think
Or
so.
do we all agree that Sky is
No, that is
range or
quite
DPS?
literally what I was seeing because based off
With
of
the
what she does.
caveat that she is also the crafter.
Yeah, she's not afraid to get up
Fair.
into a melee fight like a ranger, but she spends a lot of time, hammering the target and then having her animal buddy devour your soul.
Yeah. I like strategic, peek from cover and take them out.
Is our Logi.
Yeah. And I do
Alright.
love crafting.
Wyatt?
Equally
Nice.
as easy. From the first time I met Wyatt, I told him he was the barbarian of the regiment, or the bard of the regiment.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
So he's
Thank
the
you.
bard, no question.
Thank you.
He's the support mage. He's always giving everyone buffs and debuffing
I mean,
the
that
enemy.
is what I do. You guys haven't gone to play MMOs really with me. That's all I really play is support
That's the
mage.
paladin.
I love to heal my party and get everybody.
You say Paladin, Phoenix?
Yes, that's what he is. He's the paladin.
Do Paladins
He's
debuff?
the paladin.
Oh, the Paladin.
There you go.
Yeah, no. Support mage fits Wyatt.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. Plus those dulcet tones.
Yeah, haven't you ever wanted to go into battle? Haven't you ever wanted to go into battle while listening about how white girls fuck dogs?
White girls, fuck
God
dogs.
damn it!
I knew
And
I was
you
going to
become
summon.
the mighty
God.
force. Four.
Haven't you
Damn.
Five of
wanted
us
to-
shall fight. The enemies shall halter and tremble before our might.
There you go.
Haven't you ever wanted to go into battle looking at the armies of hell and then hear from behind you, "Ain't no cock like horse cock." Anyways.
It's on our banner.
Well, yeah, it brings fear to the enemy's hearts.
Alright, so we have the leader, the DPS, and the support. What is Phoenix?
A mystery.
The loot goblin.
No,
The loot goblin.
no question, the rogue.
The rogue.
Because you,
Oh yeah, the
you
rogue.
never
yeah.
see or hear him.
He is not
Yep.
present in the fight, but when
Yeah.
you go to loot something, all the shit's gone.
Yeah.
Yep. And your pockets are
You remember
suspiciously
Divinity?
lighter.
Christian?
You're not wrong.
That is something we definitely need to all play together.
He sneaks around.
Which one?
Sorry, go ahead.
Divinity.
hmm
Oh.
But he sneaks
Yeah.
around combat like a conversation, and then when it's all over, he's just collected all the loot.
Yeah, we're getting ready to fight the boss. Phoenix has snuck behind the boss, looted the chest, and is at the hotel waiting for us.
hmm
Phoenix has found a new subclass, Loot Whore.
So now feels like a good time to tell you we're starting a new tabletop RPG, and the first class we developed is a loot whore, the loot slut,
Yep.
and the picture is just Phoenix.
It's called the Sloot.
Ah. I see what you did there.
Phoenix, do you agree with the rogue categorization?
Dude, I agree fully.
I am embracing my
Yeah.
powers.
If Loot Goblin was a class, I would choose that, but Rogue is
Yeah.
Rogue is up
Yeah.
there. You don't want to know
He
how
has
it be.
picked the boss's pockets from behind his back and scarpered off with the loot.
Yeah, rogue is as close to loot goblin as you can get.
You don't want to know how I play Risk of Rain.
That's the reason
With
why it's
Nice.
a goblin's favored class is rogue.
Hate playing Risk of Rain. No, I like playing Risk of Rain. It's a lot better than the first time we played. Oh my god, the first time we played was so bad. We got to like the third teleporter and he had like quintupled my item.
Nice.
Shall we define
And then
games now?
No, we haven't done you.
God.
Developer.
Yeah, is there like a class like a piss boy or something like?
You know,
I mean, maybe support DPS. Like he doesn't seem afraid to like get in the mix of things, but also like provides for others before he provides for himself.
Yeah. I would throw it out there that he would be our tank.
Possible.
Or at least he would be, I could see support deeps as well.
Gnomish barbarian.
Yep, there you go.
Just like
Yep.
punching your mic.
Oh yeah, totally. Monk Dragonborn, if I had to
Oh.
be specific. That's his,
Yep,
he just
yep.
wants to sock your ass into fucking nothingness. And then have resistance
Fair.
to your fucking resistance known as fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, monk isn't a bad choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
is there a
And of course,
machete wielding class?
oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's a monk weapon.
Technically, as a monk, you can get a specialized weapon. So yes, you could have it be a machete wielding monk, and that's
Real
Can I
life
be
is the barbarian.
Can I be a warlock with the hex blade and my blade is just my machete?
There you go.
Machete.
Machete.
Yeah, no. I am A class. Anyways, you guys want to find some video games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to point out also Edgar Allan would be our beefy barbarian.
Yes.
I mean,
Of
just look
course.
at that face.
Our Arakakra? No, our Kinku.
Our Kenku fighter.
Yeah.
Kenku barbarian.
Oh yeah. Look at that face. He is not bright.
You
But
know
with
what?
no points in constitution or strength and all of it in charisma, and they just
Yep.
intimidate people to think they're strong.
Yup. That's what next time we play any Dungeons and Dragons, as long as it's not 5th edition, because fuck that noise. I will happily make an NPC that is a Kenku that is just Edgar Allan. That would be so fucking awesome.
Edgar, the
He's so cute.
Kinku barbarian with 30 charisma.
Yep. Never speaks. He just sits there and blinks at you.
And you can't hit him either through. Oh, I love it. He just gives the face he's giving right now, and it sends unyielding terror into whomever is his enemy, but
Yep.
unyielding love for any who come to him with positivity.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. He can look two enemies in the eye at once.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can look them in their eye and their ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
He's never caught
Look
flat-footed.
There you go.
I can watch 190 degrees around my head. You can't get in behind me. I'm always watching. Always watching Wazowski.
Always watching.
So I feel like I want to start off with with one that I think can be contentious because there are so many options. But first-person shooters. What do you guys think is the genre-defining title for the first-person shooter?
Yeah, that's kind of a
Because I
tricky
feel
one.
like there are early ones, like you could say GoldenEye, or you could say Doom or Wolfenstein, or you could say like Call of Duty because it like modernized first-person shooters, and we're still going based off of like Call of Duty World at War, or you could even say SOCOM because I feel like that came out before Call of Duty.
God, I enjoy SOCOM.
Yeah, I mean,
So what?
it's tricky for me because like if I were to go with like what most people think of when they think of FPSs, it would be COD. When I was growing up, it's like Counter-Strike was the FPS. You know what I mean? So, but I think
Hmm.
for the modern day, it's kind of like Call of Duty is synonymous with that. I just don't like Call of Duty, so for me, it's not, but I think if you're talking to some randoms on the street, that's the first-person shooter that comes to mind.
Hmm. I mean,
Um,
it's definitely up there.
So for me, the preeminent first-person shooter for me is Halo.
I love Halo.
That's a good one. That definitely like changed the world of twin stick shooters.
And Halo wouldn't exist without the game that made all of them possible. You know it. You love it. You can sing the theme in your sleep. Doom is fucking amazing.
Duke Nukem.
Duke, nuke your balls. I mean, Duke Nukem did do a lot. But yeah, I love me some Halo. And I love me some...
Well, again, this isn't about your favorite. This is about
Yeah.
the one that has defined the genre the most.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is I love Halo, but Doom, without it, Halo wouldn't exist. Without Doom, most first-person shooters, like Wolfenstein set a lot of things in motion, but Doom, it organized first-person shooters into not just a style of play, but into an entire art form. Like,
Did Doom come before Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein came first. Wolfenstein 3D
came
Because
first.
Wolfenstein
and then
to me would be more so, but that's a personal because I grew up with Wolfenstein where Doom was later.
I would definitely
Doom
say
was
there's
later, but
two
in my
like
opinion, it really built it and blew it upward. But go ahead.
I would say there's definitely like two branching paths for me. There's the single player like FPS side, and then the multiplayer. Multiplayer for me in my head, GoldenEye, because
That's understandable. I can agree with that.
like that's the game everyone thinks about when they think of multiplayer FPS, like old. It was so much fun, and it was a blast.
If GoldenEye was on Steam, I guarantee you would be playing it because I love the fuck out of that game.
For single player, it's got to be like Half-Life.
I don't think so.
Because it really expanded on the narrative element of like a first person shooter, and it wasn't like there was narration, there was a story in Doom, but it was not clear.
That is fair.
And it was very basic. And in like Half-Life, you got your first like there was a lot of good puzzles, and it wasn't just clicking on a wall randomly to find this hatch that opens up. It was like an actual puzzle. Half-Life definitely like changed FPSs for me because it was like, oh shit, there can be stories.
You know what actually did that for me is probably what's it called? I want to say it's called Dark Forces, Star Wars.
Nice.
Because that was actually like there was things to do. There was like puzzles. There was kind of like a narrative. Whereas like Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein was just like get in there and kill those Nazis or kill those demons, and you're just like, great, I'm killing these demons and Nazis. But like, yeah, that's really the only narrative there is.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Dark Forces, you had a name. You had like a purpose. There was kind of like things happening. I'm trying to remember your name.
How about you, Phoenix? Phoenix?
Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted. I'll be the one to say it. COD. COD.
Oh, okay.
Call of Duty. Yep, God. Yeah, you really brought forth the FPS genre, man.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
I feel
But,
like for modern FPS shooters, it's absolutely correct, though.
It it revolutionized it. It changed it. Like the first Call of Duty, God, everything up until like Call of Duty 3, I think was, go into the war, fight, shoot. Not really much of a story there. And then you hit World at War. And that's when I think Call of Duty really started popping off, when World at War hit and Black Ops and all the other titles that Activision started putting out. And it took over gaming by swarm, essentially. Like, those were the games to play. Whether it be on PC, Xbox 360, or shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like that does, like when you think of modern FPS, COD is there, but in my head, it's just I don't think we would have gotten to COD without GoldenEye, which is why that was the one for multiplayer in my head. But also, I just have fond memories, N64 memories.
I don't see that connection at all. I don't see GoldenEye as
Well, what was the first really fun multiplayer FPS? GoldenEye.
Multiplayer, I would say that would be like what's it called? Oh, why am I blanking out? The one that was based off the Half-Life engine with the monster kill. What game is that?
Oh, Quake?
Yeah, but not the tournament one.
Unreal Tournament?
Unreal Tournament, yeah.
No shot. Unreal Tournament is such. You could have said Quake, and that would have like that's like arena shooter though. Like if you say arena shooter, that's Quake without question.
Yeah, but is that not what GoldenEye multiplayer is?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Right.
I mean, kind of. Arena shooter is different because there's like an area. I don't know.
Find your justification, God.
Well,
I just feel like GoldenEye was very specific to a group, a time. Like, if you grew up in that era, then it was the shit. But if you were just before it, or just after it, it doesn't have any sort of, same meaning.
Same could be said for a lot of these things. Like, I'm
for
sure
sure.
if we had like an 18-year-old in here, they would be like, "Oh, COD. COD was the first-person
Yeah.
shooter." Santos doesn't make a good point though. CS:GO,
Well, Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, yeah.
That was my argument with Counter-Strike, was when Counter-Strike came out, it was like, that's all people played. There was no contention. There was no one would play anything else. If you played FPSs, that's what you played.
Well, I feel like in the time that Counter-Strike was, it was Counter-Strike or TF2. Team Fortress?
Yeah, but I don't think Team Fortress was even close.
It was so popular. Are you kidding me?
But I don't think it was. It put up the number. Like, I don't think it was even close to Counter-Strike.
Team Fortress was so popular that, like, I think it was 10 years after they stopped updating it, they got a new update because of like fan requests.
You just want people to bring back the golden frying pan.
Right? What about you two?
About what?
You want chime in on this conversation?
No, I know we're talking about first-person shooters. I have no opinion on this.
Well, he said,
Well,
he
yeah,
said Halo.
I
Yeah,
don't know a ton.
I already said Halo. That's my opinion. Halo or Doom. Those are my two number ones.
Yep. I feel like I could mention Battlefield is something that I hear a lot, but I haven't.
Right.
I don't play a whole lot of first person shooters.
Let me just end this conversation with one thing. Where I say Halo out of the gate. How many things were called Halo killers in the aughts?
Oh.
That's all I gotta say.
I don't
Everything tried to kill Halo. Even Call of Duty tried to kill Halo in the early aughts. I'm not talking about it modern day right now. I'm not talking about their stuff past the greatness that was Reach. When Bungie held the hand, when they brought that music, there's people who I know who just are driving by who listen to the theme of Halo and have it playing. It's something that I have heard going by. The gameplay,
I can talk to anyone. It's like, every mom knows, oh, it's the dude in the green suit of armor. When me and my mom, when mom went with us to go see Ready Player One, she didn't say, oh, that's John 117. Oh, that's Overwatch characters. She had no idea who the fuck any of those characters. She didn't know what a Gundam was, but she knew exactly who the hell the Halo guy is.
Well, I feel like
That's all I gotta say.
deceptive for you though, because you played Halo.
Yeah.
So she obviously knew it.
Yeah, my mom knows the names of all the Ninja Turtles, but that's because I was fucking obsessed with Ninja
I
Turtles.
brought up my mom,
Right.
but many people's mothers felt the exact same way.
A lot of people
and the reason
know it
why
because,
I said it,
yeah,
because
I know what you
popularity.
mean.
But
It's
it's also distinct. Like if your kid's playing like Counter-Strike all day every day, you're not like, oh, that's the terrorist. Like it's a guy in green armor. Like it's Master Chief. He's the only guy in the game, right? Like
by that logic, it's super defined because people who have no idea what the fuck it is know something. In comparison to all these other ones, recognizability by people who aren't even affiliated is by extension affecting the world, and that is why Halo has, if on a technical level, Doom, but for me, on a popularity and public necessity level, without Halo reaching the heights it did, none of these other games would be as popular or as huge or as big as they are, because everyone fought and improved their stuff just to be as good, if not better, than Halo. So the gaming world of SPS shooters, in my opinion, needed Halo because it forced companies to try harder.
They didn't, though.
And-
It did the opposite.
No, Call of Duty is more popular than it ever had been in the early aughts.
Yeah, but in my opinion, Halo is the peak of FPSs, and everything has been downhill from there.
Halo forced the other games during its life to rise to the occasion, to improve their own engines and be a better game while Halo was as popular and as big as it was in the early aughts. That's all I gotta say.
I feel like that's a double-edged sword because that's probably also when game companies started thinking of their games more as a corporation and a business than actually making a good game for people.
Mm-hmm.
That came when Bethesda decided to make a fucking horse $3. That's all I gotta say about
There
that.
is also that.
Anyways, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to agree on a genre-defining title for
Nor should
FPS.
we.
Why should we? Each of ours are individual.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, fair
and
enough.
It's more like all of them are representative
Important.
of the genre. They all played an important role in the evolution of the genre. So, I mean, really, the more that we can bring to the table, the more accurate we're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I feel like it's just the difference in how we all played. Like someone who played only like arena fighters like Quake for so long would definitely be, oh, Quake was it, or Half-Life. But someone who's only played Call of Duty would maybe say Call of Duty, maybe say one of the older like SOCOM games, maybe even Halo. No one's gonna say Metroid Prime though.
Mm-mm.
Which I feel like Metroid Prime is technically a first-person shooter, but it's also like its own subcategory where it's a first-person shooter exploration game.
Why is no one talking about the greatest game ever, though? Postal.
And we're moving on. What do we want to do next?
Hmm?
We got RPGs, massively multiplayer. How about you know what? How about one that in my head there are two answers to this, and there might be a third one, but I feel like these two franchises define this genre, and there's nothing else that gets even kind of close, which is JRPGs.
Fear and Hunger.
You
Well,
hippie bitch. Get off your goddamn bandwagon. You goddamn know.
Final Fantasy.
Exactly. It's either Final Fantasy or the other really popular JRPG, which is fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, I would say Final Fantasy. Like for me, Final Fantasy VII was like a complete game-changing game. Like it was a world-changing game.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII in particular made RPGs as a game concept huge in America, specifically when it comes to JRPGs.
Mhm.
RPGs were popular up to that point, but when it came to JRPGs, the Final Fantasy genre broke it into the States, and then Pokemon started hitting it big in the States.
Yeah.
If you look at the timeline, that's basically how it went.
Yeah, and I think the big difference too is Pokemon was like this huge wave. Like they didn't just do the game; they did toys, they did cards, they did a cartoon show. Whereas like Final Fantasy VII was just Final Fantasy VII, and it was a pain in the ass. It wasn't accessible. It was like, here's your like multiple discs. Go fuck yourself. Like it's
Here's
unforgiving.
your-
It's not user friendly, and we still played the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And it looked gorgeous at the time. You look back, you see the cutscenes now from like when it first came out, and you're like, this is hot garbage.
Well, that's why you play the new one, and I mean,
And the remake?
those who have the remake's really good.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
But if you look at what we thought was like amazing at the time, it was.
You're right. Those polygons fucking kicked it.
But
Look, I love the remake. I just wish it was 9. I want to see Pandora in glorious HD graphics.
That was to me once again, because I think just our age difference. That was like when I completely had no interest in Final Fantasy. I played 7, I played 8, and then by 9 I was just like, nah, no thanks.
9 was so good though. It had me.
I'm a weirdo. I loved 4. The bad guy wins. This game is fucking amazing.
Wyatt living his fantasy through the game. I can win.
Oh yeah.
What about you two? Do you have a JRPG that defined the genre for you more than Final Fantasy or Pokemon?
I never played either.
Have you played a JRPG?
Yes, she has. She's played Fear and Hunger, and that's why it's the best one.
No, I played a lot of Skyrim and that kind of stuff.
It's not a JRPG.
Well, I know, but I didn't play a ton of.
Pulsator for the win.
I'm buying you. I would buy you Final Fantasy VII on Steam right now, but the Steam port for Final Fantasy VII sucks.
Mm.
Just know that I appreciate you for playing Skyrim as well.
We'll go to that one next.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, well, Wyatt knows most of the games that I've played. Like, what would you? Can you think of one of the games that would qualify as
A
JRPG?
JRPG.
Maple Story.
In the I'm not joking when I say this, hun. Us playing Fear and Hunger is the closest you've gotten. And
Okay.
that game hates us.
Yes, it does.
But Maple Story is great.
You've never played Pokemon?
Jerk off.
No.
That's nutty, actually. That blows my mind.
No. I am from the generation in between. Like, I was just old enough when Pokemon first got popular that I was too cool for it. Like, that was like my little brother's game.
I feel like Pokemon's never not been popular.
Well, like Phoenix? I said, it was like a, you know, like you get to a certain age, you know, you're just a, you know, an adolescent who's too cool for that kiddie kind of thing.
I've never been too cool for anything. First off, you're talking to the wrong group of people.
Well, I was never cool, but
no, I get that though, because even for me when I was playing it, I was like, this is some kid shit. I just like didn't care, but it felt like it was a little too juvenile for me at the time when I was playing it.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, it was mostly that my kid brother was into it.
Mhm.
Was I think what
You're into
it made it hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna be into the same thing as my kid brother, you know?
Yeah, it didn't help.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't help that, like I said, when I was like 10 years old, my dad's like put me down in front of Wolfenstein and was like, "Yeah,
Oh yeah.
murder some Nazis, son." So like then going over to like delightful like Pokemon battles is a little bit
Yeah,
of a
exactly.
juxtaposition, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when around that time I was playing like Mist and Riven obsessively. Like I had notebooks for
Hell yeah.
for those
Those are
games.
some good ass games. Hey, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
I don't think I have a single different opinion here.
Just Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy and Pokemon, those were some of the big two. For me, it was Pokemon more. And that
I
was
feel
it.
like the only thing that comes close to those two specific things is maybe Earthbound. Maybe.
Mm.
But I feel like that was not nearly as popular.
Yeah, like I think Chrono Trigger was close if you go far enough back, but
God, I love fucking Chrono Trigger. That's
Didn't-
such
Chrono
a,
Trigger and Earthbound were great.
Yeah.
I love those.
yeah.
I loved that frog. That guy was a badass.
And then let's move on to, obviously,
Well, let's talk about our best JRPG out there, Super Mario RPG.
Heron's Prison.
Hell no.
No, there is a really good Mario JRPG. What is it?
Super Mario RPG.
No. It's the Mario and Luigi one. What is that? Well, first off, Paper Mario is a JRPG. Now that I
Paper
think about
Mario
it.
is a lot of fun.
There was Mario and Luigi, like not partners in time. Fucking
Superstar Bros.
Superstar Bros.
Something like that.
Bowser's Inside Story.
Superstar
Yeah.
Saga.
Yeah, that was it. That's a really good one. That might be close, but that's for people who had, But yeah, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, those pretty much defined the JRPG genre, and it's still defining it to the day. How about we move on to the other one that we just talked about? What the? Could Skyrim just be an RPG? World
Just be an
exploration RPG?
Technically, Skyrim is not a role-playing game. It's actually an action-adventure game.
Fucking
If you look at Skyrim and the way that the skills work and how everything runs, it is not technically a TTRPG or video game as an RPG. It's technically an adventure game, but it's real fun.
Sandbox
closest-
RPG. How about that? I feel like that hits it the most. Sandbox RPG.
Yeah, because that takes out what
Yeah.
my RPG pick was going to be and changes it.
Sandbox RPG, where you're just set in a world and you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. Stuff like Skyrim, The Witcher, there's more.
No,
My
that's
brain
it.
just turned off.
That's the
Dragon
only-
Age.
That's the only ones.
There's a bunch, but one specifically comes to my mind, and it's without question like the defining moment for like sandbox RPGs. I mean, fucking Ocarina of Time was
yeah.
just the shit. I remember playing that, and you can make an argument for Majora's Mask, but Ocarina of Time just. Yeah, that's without question my genre defining game. How about you guys?
I'd say that's a fair statement because I think everything else is kind of based upon that because I think that was the first one to do it like that. Like I don't think you'd
Oh, yeah.
have Morrowind or Fallout or anything like that
You
if
wouldn't.
it weren't for that stuff.
It really is fucking amazing. That game is so fucking good.
Once again, I felt super juvenile playing it, but I enjoyed
Wow.
it thoroughly.
I mean, I guess
'Cause
you are
you're
playing
like
a
you're
small
little,
child.
You're a little kid, yeah. It's very the enemies are kind of goofy. Like some of them are pretty badass. But for the most part, it's a very goofy, silly kind of world.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's my genre defining one. What's up, Wyatt?
See, I am a very large Legend of Zelda fanboy. I'm not quiet about it. I enjoy Legend of Zelda. I have a Master Sword in my closet, and I have an Ocarina. I enjoy that shit. And so when I say I love Ocarina of Time, it was the game of my childhood. It was actually the first two games I ever played. The first game I ever owned, my mom got me a GameCube. And to date me real quick, as a little baby, as a wee babbit in comparison to me. But she got me that, and she got me with it. The one game she got me was the entire collection of every single Legend of Zelda game, in America or not, in one package, all the way up to Wind Waker's demo. I played that demo alone multiple times, and I started with just the demo. Then I played Ocarina of Time. I played 1 and 2. I played Majora's Mask. I couldn't beat it as a kid. I had to go back to it when I was like 11 to finally beat that fucking game.
God,
Fuck that
Majora's
moon.
Mask was hard.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is a motherfucker. So when I tell you, I even had the Tale of Four Links, and me and my friends would come together and we'd all play that, and we'd have a fucking amazing time. Love that game. So when I say the words that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is genre defining, I hope you understand what I mean. It takes all the lessons learned from before, and it has fundamentally shifted platformers ever since it released. I mean that. Mario has become more like Legend of Zelda. Uncharted 4 cited it as the direct inspiration of how they changed their movement and combat. And that game's all about movement and platforming. It's RPG mechanics. It really is a role-playing game. The health of your equipment and weapons was the inspiration for how the forest operated itself and how it used weapon degradation and equipment over time. It became the game that other games aspired from, like its older brother, Ocarina of Time, which affected gaming as a whole, especially in the movement action adventure RPG genre. This game is being used right now. The core elements of several different games, from PUBG all the way to how the movement mechanics in Dead Space the remake are done. Like, they've openly stated, oh, we use this for inspiration. Oh, wall climbing? Oh, we use this as inspiration. Which is amazing because Shadow of the Colossus...
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if we're talking about that
establish
stuff...
this information and place this in this world and set the stuff to be. And then this game took it and made it even better. It took all these inspirations, put it in a blender, and then altered the fundamental layers of gaming since 2018, 2017, whenever it came out. It has changed the landscape of gaming up to now. Breath of the Wild is a game that if you own a Switch and you don't have Breath of the Wild, you genuinely are missing out on the game to own in your Nintendo library. Not only that, it's just a badass game that has a lot of little awesome mechanics and things that just like are amazing that they added, and it's like, holy shit, this is so cool. That is mine.
I do love Breath of the Wild. I don't know that I can call it genre defining because it didn't really do anything on its own, right? Because
Nope,
it
did.
combined a bunch of things. It has the climbing
Established a
and
lot
the
of it.
giant beast from Shadow of the Colossus, the giant, beautiful, like, open world from Shadow of the Colossus. It's got the assets from Zelda. It's got the empty world from Shadow of Colossus, which is the most infuriating thing that I get when I play that. It's got some of the coolest speedrunning glitches, but Yeah. I guess that would be my one like argument against that. And I'm not arguing against it, but like it's a fantastic game, but all of the things that make it fantastic are stuff that's been done before, and they were just like, all right, we'll slap Zelda on it and get it popular. It's like with like Muso games. Like Muso games were wildly popular, and then Hyrule Warriors made them even more popular because fucking Zelda. Who doesn't want to play Zelda games?
You know, the main character's name is Zelda. I hope you realize that.
Phoenix, I'm gonna castrate you.
Mm-hmm. It's a true story. At least that's
Regardless of your wrong opinion, it is the best open world in any game. And it defined open world for gaming up until now.
I was gonna say, after buying all that stuff for you, Wyatt, do you think your mom could accurately name Link?
No, she could.
You think?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Do you think she could name Ganondorf?
No chance.
No, not a fucking
No.
chance.
No.
Only
No.
because she plays Super Smash Bros. With us.
Well, that's an obvious caveat to that. Then.
Exactly. That's why I was like, oh well, she could only because of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Why? I have a question. Which game
Yeah.
do you think has better music? Ocarina of Time or
fucking
Breath of the
Ocarina of
Wild?
Time, without a fucking question. But that's one of the things is that when I whenever you're saying, oh, it didn't have its own stuff, it literally has redefined physics, and I mean that unironically. The physics engine of the world of Legend of Zelda, it actually innovated the way that you can cut and chop items and trees. Where you place your blade is where the chops and cuts will permanently alter that item, even if you go across the map. Like,
Well,
that's fucking insanity.
I mean, that's cool, but that's also just advancing technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you know where else you could chop things and it would happen exactly where you chop it? Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
That is in a secluded position on an on-rails like mobile game. I enjoy that game deeply, but that has a corridor system where sections and levels are cut off in like key points. I'm talking across an entire map that is over 30 kilometers in distance.
To me, that's needless, though. Like, I wouldn't remember where I put those cuts. They could literally just slap them anywhere, and I'd be like satisfied. Like, wow, they're still there.
16 times the detail.
Hmm.
But I'm just waiting for a game to accurately get snow footprints, man. That's all I want in life.
Red Dead does that.
It does.
Red
Red
Dead
Dead was the most
actually.
expensive game ever made, $500 million, and you can watch your horse's balls shrink, and the snow effects are one of the best in gaming.
Oh yeah, I know Red Dead is expensive. You can watch them build a railroad.
Yes.
Yeah, you can slog through the mud and see not just your footprints in the mud, but the patches of mud on your clothes exactly where you touched the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I am excited for? I want to see what all they do with Black Myth Wukong, because that game looks hella cool. Anyways, continuing on.
Slapper.
We did me and Wyatt. Sky.
I mean,
Sandbox RPGs.
yeah. I mean, like I played Legends of Zelda. I played, you know, the Bethesda games, and you know, yeah, it's a lot of the same ones you guys have already mentioned.
Do you have a defining title? I know what Phoenix is.
You know, it might have been Skyrim for me.
Yeah.
Like it just is. That was the one that I got the most excited about. I don't know about everybody else, but But that was, like when I would play Zelda, half the time, like I would navigate while my brother played. Whereas Skyrim, like I was the one who got to do everything. So, but yeah.
I feel like Skyrim is a really good choice because I know obviously it's not the first one, but it was the most popular one to have just this world with just so much fucking lore packed into every goddamn crevice of this world.
I feel like to be honest, I don't feel like it's the genre-defining game of that series, though.
Yeah, probably Oblivion. Morrowind was good, but Oblivion was definitely like.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Oblivion is that it everything that Skyrim just did everything that Oblivion did like better, but it's really just like a building block off of it. It's kind of like, if you look at Fallout, it's like Fallout 4 looks way better than Fallout New Vegas, but you can't argue that it's like a better scripted game.
Well, hang on. Let's ask the expert. Phoenix?
Just the whole evolutionary cycle of Elder Scrolls is impressive. If it says anything, I think I've mentioned it on stream before. From Morrowind to Oblivion, in Morrowind, you could run into a building and the enemies wouldn't chase you. If you run into a building in Oblivion, you're getting chased the fuck down, and that was revolutionary at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Changed how combat and that whole sort of system was actually going to work. Like, in Oblivion, there were so many different features that Morrowind didn't have that they updated from. It's hard to say which one was genre defining because each of them fucking rocked in their own way. Like, Morrowind was really when it started popping off. Like from fucking Daggerfall and Redguard and other games like that. But fucking then you have Skyrim, which, again, like you said, Oblivion does everything better, but technically Oblivion does Morrowind everything better. So it's hard to say it's really defining. All of them are great fucking games. There's my TED Talk, thank you for...
Yeah, just Elder Scrolls, period.
Just Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I prefer New Vegas, but to me, if I were to pick in the Fallout series, which is like that's my Elder Scrolls, the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's like Fallout 3 is the defining game because that's what made what we know as Fallout now. They created it in that game. Before it was like, what Wasteland is now, essentially is the continuation of what Fallout used to be. So I'd say 3 is the most like, defining game, but it's not the best.
Yeah. If I had to say the most defining one, though, it's Oblivion. It built upon what Morrowind had so much better, and there was a lot more lore in Oblivion than Morrowind in my eyes. You could actually focus on different parts of the world as well, like the events going on, without actually being there.
Yeah, all the
That's
portals
true.
made it seem like a bigger world than what you're exploring. Whereas
Yeah,
Morrowind felt like you were just in Morrowind.
Morrowind felt like you were in Morrowind. This felt like you were dealing with something fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to a whole new plane that I don't think any of the other Elder Scrolls series had even touched on.
How about Elder Scrolls Blades?
We don't speak about that here.
You notice how none of us even began to talk about Assassin's Creed? Because fuck Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I mean, and 1 and 2, like, were my favorite games at the time. I love Black Flag, because it was just a pirate simulator. But everything since then has tainted the series. It's like the last season of Game of Thrones. It's like no one talks about Game of Thrones anymore because of that, like, how disappointing it was, right?
Yeah.
To me,
You know
the
what-
series is just butchered.
You know what is really interesting to me is there's one that like pokes out of my head because my friend used to play it, and I looked it up, and it recently got a re-release on Steam. Is Dwarf Fortress, which is this giant mine of information. It's like doted as like the most detailed
Yeah.
RPG of all time, and none of us know about it. But like for the people who play it, that's gotta be their genre-defining one, right?
Well, that's not a sandbox, so that's an RPG. Right.
It's on this list of sandbox RPGs.
Is it?
I own it. It is the sandbox RPG where you basically have a legion of dwarves, and the whole kind of idea is that you feed and process them. They dig through the mines. They face off against creatures, and there are like so many different like systems at play. It has a fully integrated. Not only does it have a day-night cycle, every day of the year has a consistent weather pattern that changes every year, and that it stats out for the entire year of what weather will happen that day and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Guy, have you gone yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did
Think
you
so.
say?
Bethesda, the
Did you say Skyrim,
Skyrim
and not Red
and
Dead?
Oblivion. Well, I mean,
That blows my mind.
Red Dead is really good, but I only started playing Red Dead in the last year or so.
I think it's really hard to decide. I feel like genre defining is maybe not the best term because obviously the newer games are gonna be better.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the time, I remember my dad talking about how crazy Shadow of the Colossus was. Because it was. Shadow of the Colossus was like a legendary game at the time. Because it was this giant game where you could travel an endless amount, seemingly, and fight these giant monsters in the time. What came out like a week after Shadow of the Colossus? It was some like very poorly like done game. Hang on.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what in the timeline when that game came out.
Shadow of the Colossus came out in 2005, which is kind of nutty to me because that's around the same time the Jak and Daxter came out, which is a PS1. Yeah. Anyways, not important. We can move on, I guess.
I do want to make an honorable mention for a non-sandbox though. That a regular RPG, because we probably won't get around to regular RPGs. Sorry.
We can do regular RPGs real quick.
Okay, then my pick is hands down Baldur's Gate, no question.
Fair enough.
To me, that set the tone for everything. Period. I can't think of another RPG that was game changing like that, and like it had D&D rules, which was for me like huge. It was just like, wow, this game just has like D&D spells and the rule set, and it's like incredibly detailed. I think all the RPGs that are like that now are, owe it to that series.
I'm desperately trying to separate JRPGs from RPGs in my head. Because like you said RPGs, and my immediate thought was Final Fantasy IX. But no, that's
non-turn based. Let's just say non-turn based RPGs.
Oh well.
Eliminate your XComs. Eliminate all that stuff. Because you can pause Baldur's Gate and make it like a turn based, but
I feel like this is also a sandbox one, and if I had thought of this at the time, no, my answer probably still would have been Ocarina of Time. But Mass Effect? That's some good shit. And it's definitely like, there are games based off of Mass Effect now.
It's funny
that don't even come close to how good Mass Effect was.
Even thinking about my defining thing, Baldur's Gate is technically turn-based too. It was a real-time turn-based because it was a D&D game, so it's like there is turns, but it's like it's not the screen doesn't freeze and give you like,
Yeah. And again, this is like Mass Effect comes from like my head thinking like of a different entire. There's probably like a bunch of subgenres that I'm not even thinking of, and Mass Effect falls under one of them. But yeah, Mass Effect just changed things so drastically for me when I first played it. So it's more of a personal one than a logical one like all my other ones.
And I think no, I think you're right that it did do that for some people. I just don't know what it is about Mass Effect, but it never clicked with me. But for those like my friends and we like all the same games, but for some reason they loved Mass Effect, and I just never got into it. But for them, it was like world
Is
changing.
it 12?
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
12.
well this will be our last one then.
That's why I said I don't think we'll have time for it. And you're like, we have plenty of time. And I was like,
Yeah, we got time. We got time. This will be our last one. Phoenix. I guess
Well, you know what
separate
I'm
it
gonna
from
say?
Skyrim. Separate it. No, do a different one.
I kid you not. Genre defining. I know Wyatt doesn't view it as an RPG, but it still is an RPG.
Dark Souls.
Exactly. But you know how Skyrim changed everything else? They swamped it with fetch quests. But the way they took scripted events is something that Witcher 3 also decided to draw upon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at how popular Witcher became.
And they all stole it from
without
Baldur's Gate.
They all stole it from.
And they all stole it from someone, and it was stolen from someone. Nothing's original. Everything's been done. There's 32 stories, and we've told them all. Or what is it? 27?
And then there's Goat Simulator.
And then there's that's the 28th story.
Yep.
That's just a sandbox game. That's like Minecraft. That's a sandbox without a story.
Mm-hmm. Without even like any context, it's just like.
My final thought is Skyrim, with its bugs, with its very bland combat system, still made such a fucking vibrant world out of it, even with such a base, bare bones combat system that they've had since Oblivion.
Yeah,
Skyrim's crazy to me, right? Because like we all remember Skyrim coming out. We all remember how crazy it looked, right?
Mm-hmm.
It does not look good now. It looks so bad now.
If you don't play with mods, you're kind of an idiot.
Well, yeah, I play with mods now, but like base game Skyrim, even the special edition, like the most recent one, where they're like, oh, it's HD graphics now. It does not look good. They're Play-Doh people.
Oh, we're spoiled now.
We are, because we've seen fucking Horizon and all the new games that are coming out. I've seen fucking Black Myth Wukong, where they fucking have each individual hair rendered.
I wouldn't say it's spoiled if you re-release the same game for the 10th time, but it has the same exact graphics and you release it for full price.
Right. No, I mean we're spoiled by next gen graphics these days.
We're definitely spoiled. All right. What?
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Good choice.
KOTOR, like, I don't care who you are. That ending altered all endings. You know, the way they handled combat, the way they handled the Force, and the ability to use both good and bad. Like, without KOTOR, games like Dragon Age that I adore so deeply, my love of fantasy, began with my love of Star Wars. Star Wars began my love of fantasy. KOTOR really is... It set the stage for RPGs. Even though, of course, my favorite game and genre-defining game are two different things. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's why this is specifically not the favorite game episode. We did that already.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess we're really looking for genre defining. We could name a game that we think defined the genre and said, what would this not exist without? And just keep going back and back. And I guess then we would just end up with the first game for each genre.
Yeah.
The genre defining game for every genre, weirdly, is Pong. Crazy.
Crazy shit.
Sky?
I mean, I feel like I
Oh, we
We
broke
should have
I
honor.
we broke
have
her.
said, yeah.
We should have honorable mentioned it. You were right,
Yep.
Sengoku.
Mhm.
I guess we could have done. We could have done like a different subgenre, like tactical role playing game.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, divinity.
Bless.
Well, we got through not nearly as many as I thought we were going to get through.
Mhm. That's always the case.
I thought we were going to get to strategy games and fucking fighting games, but no. So maybe we'll do another episode of this at some point. Because I think it is a good time thinking about and taking a trip down memory lane, thinking about how each of the games we talked about today, like, radically affected how we look at the genre that we play.
True dat.
Mm-hmm.
True that. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head up?
And if you like the content you have seen, help the channel grow. Please subscribe and smash that like
Oh
button.
god.
Check out some
If
of
you
our merch
like-
too.
Yep. And if you
Uh,
love your friends, you'll share with them.
Yeah, you'll shove us down their
Uh,
throat and force them to eat us.
And you
Yeah,
know,
but
Yep. Put us right in front of their eyes and
If
be like,
you-
you will like this or else.
if you love to boogie, get down on it. Oh bother,
Oh, bother.
Okay.
oh bother. All right, I think we're good.
Okay, thanks for tuning in.
Why was
Winner, 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 winner. One winner next to another. Winner, winner, winner. Are we out yet?